Boom! Hey, what's happening, peeps? This is Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melanin, aka Mega Businessman, coming to you live and direct from just outside of Atlanta, Georgia. All right, sun's a little bright over there. Hey, real quick, man, I just was thinking about this, and I was actually talking to someone about this a couple of days ago, and it's the concept of do not pass go and collect $200. And you know, I know you're probably seeing the title of this thing. It's like, what does that mean? Don't pass go and collect $200. You know, when you're in business, there are certain things that you have to do in order to grow your business. And especially within, you know, network marketing, what I've learned is network marketing will cast a spotlight on you. You'll learn what your weaknesses are, and you can't go past, you can't grow until you handle it. You know, you have to become a different person. You have to learn something new. You have to learn a new skill. If there's something that holding you back, you have to deal with it before you can get to that next level. That's just like in the game Monopoly. You know, you go around the board, and every time you go around the board, hopefully you've gained something. You've gained some properties, you've collected some rents, you know, you've gotten something cool from the community chest or something like that. You know, you've gone around the board and you've gained something. You can't, but if you get caught and you have to go to jail, for instance, let's say if you have to go to jail, you know, you land on the spot, say with the policeman that says go straight to jail, right? If you have to go to jail, you don't get to collect your $200. You don't pass go, you go straight to jail. And you got to figure something out. In this case, in the Monopoly case, you got to roll a certain amount of time, or you got to pay a certain amount of money before you can get out. But in real life, you got to grow. You got to learn something, and you got to get committed. You got to get focused. You got to figure out what's wrong and fix it. You got to figure out what's wrong and fix it. Now, if you feel me out there on what I'm saying about your business, you know, a lot of people are really timid about certain things. I know I had to make this video. I was watching a video, right, earlier today, and I'm going to tell you guys this story. So only the people that are actually watching this are going to get the story. So if the people looked at the video at the beginning of the Facebook Live and they say, oh, okay, let's see what this guy's talking about, and they clicked off, they're going to miss it. All right, so this guy was talking today, and he was giving a presentation on the IML wake-up call this morning, right? And that's iMarkets Live. And, you know, it's good to get that morning motivation, but you don't necessarily have to listen to it in the morning. It's always good to listen to things when you first wake up, or to get your mindset done when you first wake up. Sometimes it might not be possible, but you still need to get it in at some point in the day. So I was listening to this gentleman. He was a younger guy, and he said, you know, every day, you know, I know I have to give a certain amount of exposures to my business. And I don't care what business you're in. If you're not exposing the business, then you're not going to get any results. You can hope, you can wish, you can even do all the personal development that you want. But if you're not out exposing the business, how are you going to grow? All right. So, and this young man said that, you know, he needed to have a certain amount of exposures. He said 10. His goal was 10 per day. And the gentleman was like, listen, I'm already at multiple six figures, but I still do this every day. You know, a lot of people think that just because you reach a certain financial level, then you should just stop and just chill out and kind of relax. And, you know, I was having a conversation with someone this morning about money and rich people and things of that nature, and how rich the Koch brothers were. And they were saying, you know, and sometimes you have to agree to disagree with people. You know, no one wants to lose money. If someone, no matter how much money that you have right now, right? How much money that you have right now, if somebody came and took some of your money, whether it be a thief or the government in the form of taxes or whatever, you're not going to be happy about that. I don't care if you got billions of dollars. You're not going to be happy about somebody taking your money. And a lot of people like say, well, he don't need that much money to live on. At some point, you know, I hear that conversation, and I know that's not a person. You know, they may be smart, but that may be a person that I know that I probably won't be doing business with. All right. But it's about exposures. And that's what we're talking about. Exposure, 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 exposure. It also reminds me of another story. Some of you guys know I have a background in music. I was in the music biz for like 20 years. And I remember there was this one segment that Redman, the artist Redman, did. Big shouts out to Reggie Noble Redman. It was on this movie called Rhyme or Reason. It was a documentary, right? And he was at this convention called Jack the Rapper. And he could have been out chilling like everybody else, partying. But Redman, he had a booth set up. Redman was already a gold-selling artist. And what that means in the music business, that means his albums had sold, his album had sold at least 500,000 units, like 500,000 units, So he was already, if his contract was done right, let me make sure I say that. If his contract was done right, he was already financially set, but yet he was still out doing his thing. He was still out marketing and promoting in person while everybody else was out having fun. He was out working. All right. So don't get it twisted, man. If you're building a business, you got to work. And I have to check myself a lot of times about what I'm doing. I'm getting ready to get out right now and drive. I'm self-employed. So if I don't get out and work my business, then I don't eat. All right. And I want to get to the point, and you should want to get to the point too, to where, you work once and you get paid residual money. All right. You work once and get paid residual money. All right. And that's what I'm a part of. I'm happy about that. A lot of my friends I know that watch this Facebook Live, or, are my friends on Facebook and Instagram or whatnot. They're in businesses like that where they can work one time. They can talk to one person, sell something to that person, and get paid residual income. And if you really understood residual income, like one of my buddies said, if you really understand residual income, then you would run through a brick wall to get to it. Okay. So, but the key to it is, once again, is its exposure. If nobody knows that you have something, then how are you going to sell it? How are you going to present it to somebody? If you're not out presenting it to people, or even just telling people to take a look, here, take a look, take a look. And see, this may be something that can help you change your life. And someone did that to me, and I'm grateful that someone did that to me. So I really understand that. I wish I would have understood this when I was in my 20s, but it wasn't time for me to understand it. Yeah, I was doing something else. I was in the music business. I was understanding my dream. How about that? I was going after what I saw in my head, and I did pretty good at it. Okay. And I learned business that helped me to be able to understand other businesses. Okay. And that's what's real. It's about exposure, man. Expose yourself no matter what level you're at. Look at what other successful people are doing and duplicate it. You don't have to recreate the wheel. If somebody is earning six figures, multiple six figures, tells you to do step A, B, and C, and then you'll get a result. And that's what it's about. Doing step A, B, C, result. And repeating that. Do A, B, C, result. A, B, C, result. And I talked about this yesterday on the video. If you see the video that's in my post, about it's easier than baking a cake, it's following directions. And sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone. Once again, you can't pass go and collect $200 until you do certain actions. In Monopoly, you got to move around the board. You got to move your chip around the board, and you got to be the person that's always moving the chips. All right. Once again, this has been Carlton Lewis, aka Mellow Melon. If you got some value out of this video, leave me a comment below. If you want to know what I'm into right now, how I'm building my business and how I'm building my income, without having necessarily to sell anything to anybody and not recruit anybody, let me know. All right. Inbox me. I look forward to hearing from you. Or put in the comments, I want more info. It's as simple as that. All right. So I'm about to get out here and get this money in these streets, because there's so many ways to get money, and this is one of the ways I do it. All right. Hope everything's all right with y'all guys. Have a great weekend. Peace.